Across the rolling hills of Rwanda, the vast plains surrounding Lake Victoria in Tanzania, and the fertile lands of Uganda, a quiet revolution once burned. Not written in books, not recorded in equations, but forged in fire and practiced in healing. This is the story of a forgotten scientific world where ancient people mastered metal, medicine, and transformation. Long before the word science existed, knowledge was built through survival. In East Africa, early communities observed everything: the behavior of fire, the properties of stone, the healing power of plants. Every observation mattered. Which root stopped pain? Which leaf caused harm? Which rock, when heated, revealed something new? This was experimentation, not in laboratories, but in life itself. At some unknown moment in antiquity, someone noticed something extraordinary. When certain stones were placed in fire, they changed, they softened, they glowed, they released metal. This was the birth of iron metallurgy in East Africa, and it would transform everything. Across Tanzania, Rwanda, and Uganda, ancient metallurgists began designing something remarkable: furnaces. But these were not simple fire pits. They were carefully shaped structures, built with clay and organic materials designed to control airflow and heat. Some used natural draft systems, where wind powered the fire. Others used forced air techniques, increasing oxygen to intensify heat. Without instruments, they achieved temperatures exceeding 1,500, 1,800 degrees Celsius, controlled chemical reactions, consistent production of iron and steel. This was engineering centuries ahead of its time. Near Lake Victoria, the Haya people developed one of the most advanced metallurgical systems in the ancient world. Their furnaces preheated air before combustion, maintained stable high temperatures, produced high-carbon steel. This level of sophistication stunned modern scientists. When researchers attempted to recreate these furnaces, they discovered something incredible. These ancient systems were not primitive. They were optimized, refined over centuries of experimentation. In Rwanda, metallurgy shaped society itself. Blacksmiths held a unique position. Skilled artisans, knowledge keepers, respected figures within communities. Their work produced farming tools that increased food production, weapons that protected kingdoms, objects that carried cultural meaning. Iron was not just material, it was power. In Uganda, ironworking traditions were equally sophisticated. Communities developed bloomery furnaces, advanced forging techniques, specialized knowledge passed through generations. Iron tools allowed expansion of agriculture, construction of homes, development of trade networks. But iron also held spiritual significance. The act of transforming earth into metal was seen as something almost sacred. While furnaces burned, another form of knowledge was growing: medicine. Across East Africa, healing systems developed through observation, trial and error. Generational knowledge healers used: leaves for wounds, roots for pain relief, bark for infections. They studied the body through experience. What worked was remembered. What failed was avoided. Over time, this created a complex medical system. Metallurgy transformed medicine in a profound way. Iron tools allowed for more precise cutting, cleaner wounds, improved healing outcomes. Healers could remove damaged tissue, treat injuries more effectively, perform procedures that were previously impossible. Fire and metal made precision possible. But metal was not just a tool. It became part of medicine itself. Healers used heated iron for cauterization, mineral substances and treatments, ashes and residues for healing applications. They understood something critical: that transformation through heat and combination could change the properties of materials. This is the foundation of chemistry. To control metal, ancient metallurgists had to control the invisible: air. They learned that more air means higher temperatures, less air reduces combustion. Furnace design determines efficiency. They adjusted openings, angles, materials. Through experience, they mastered thermodynamics without ever naming it. Much of this knowledge was never written down. It was passed through oral tradition, apprenticeship ritual. Young learners observed masters. They practiced, they repeated, until knowledge became instinct. This was a different kind of education, but no less powerful. Innovation came with risk. Furnaces produced. Extreme heat, toxic fumes, physical danger medicine involved. Unknown substances, trial and error, life or death decisions. Yet despite the risks, progress continued. Because each discovery mattered. For centuries, these achievements were overlooked. History often ignored Africa's scientific contributions, but evidence tells a different story. In Rwanda, Tanzania, and Uganda, people were innovating, experimenting, advancing knowledge independently. When modern researchers studied these technologies, they were surprised. Ancient furnaces achieved high efficiency, used sustainable methods, demonstrated advanced understanding. Reconstruction experiments confirmed these systems were not accidental. They were the result of centuries of refinement. Today, we use steel, surgical instruments, scientific medicine, but their origins trace back to ancient discoveries. The principles remain the same. Heat transforms matter, tools enable precision, knowledge builds progress. In the hills of East Africa, fire once revealed the secrets of the earth, and through that fire, humans learned to heal. They turned stone into metal, metal into tools, and knowledge into survival. The story of ancient medicine and metallurgy in Rwanda, Tanzania, and Uganda is not just history. It is proof that science has always been part of humanity.